Hello, I'm Jessica Ryan Keeney. I am the Department of Child Support Services attorney for two small Northern California counties. I am licensed to practice law in the state of California, and my entire legal career, the focus of my practice has been family law in California and child support in California. I've done some municipal law, but family law and child support are the bulk of my practice and have been my entire career. Now, I'm only licensed to practice law in the state of California, and I am not giving legal advice in these videos. These videos are for educational purposes only. But I want everybody to have a better understanding of what the Department of Child Support Services is doing and how cases unfold with the Department of Child Support Services. So today's video is going to focus on the documents that the non-custodial parent will get from the Department of Child Support Services. Throughout this video, you may hear me call them the department or DCSS. I mean the same thing when I say any of those terms. And so that you know, the non-custodial parent is the parent that owes child support. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have no custody. That's just the title that is assigned to the parent that is ordered to pay child support in our system. Sometimes that parent is mom, sometimes that parent is dad, but I'm going to call that parent the non-custodial parent. So if you want to see more of our content, be sure to subscribe to our channel, click the thumbs up button, hit the bell so that you get notifications. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I will do what I can to answer them. Remember, I'm not going to give legal advice. It's up to you to go seek out an attorney who can give you legal advice specific to your case. I'm just here to educate people. So let's get started. Throughout this video, I'm going to say you, and I'm referring to the non-custodial parent here. So you, the non-custodial parent, you go out to your mailbox and you have an envelope from the Department of Child Support Services. Open it up immediately. Don't ignore it. You will shoot yourself in the foot proverbially if you don't quickly establish a working relationship with the Department of Child Support Services, and if you don't promptly give them accurate information. So open that envelope, read everything in it. If you don't understand it, go hire an attorney. Every county has a family law facilitator. If you can't hire an attorney, try to get in to see the family law facilitator in your county. It is very important that you read through the packet and you provide the department the information they need. You need to do that as quickly and accurately as possible. So we're going to go through the packet that my counties send out, and depending on, how much time has passed between the recording of this video and the time you see the video, the packet might have changed a little bit, but more or less the information is the same. So you're going to get a welcome letter. Doesn't say welcome letter, but that's what it is. And it's advising you of certain things. So the department will forward documents or may forward your documents to the court. However, it's your responsibility to file documents related to your case directly with the court. It's basically a courtesy that the department forwards your documents to the court. This is your case. You need to make sure that everything is being done properly on your behalf. So make sure that you file your documents with the court. Now, the documents that you turn into the Department of Child Support Services, they're not going to modify your documents. So, if your address is in the title block of one of your documents and for one reason or another, the other parent in your case can't have your address, you need to redact that. If there are bank account numbers on your pay stubs, you need to redact those. The department is not your attorney. They're also not the attorney of the custodial parent, the other parent in the case. They don't advocate for either parent They represent themselves, and their job is to establish parentage, which used to be known as paternity, get child support orders, enforce child support orders, get health care orders. So they're representing themselves. They're not your attorney. They're not the attorney of the other party. Legal help is available, and this paragraph down here talks about the Family Law Facilitator's Office. If you have any questions, you can contact customer service with the Department of Child Support Services. They call it Customer Connect. You can also contact your case manager. Make sure you get your case manager's name, phone number, and email address as soon as possible. Different counties may have different policies about how you contact your case manager, but make sure you get that information right away. Your case manager knows the most about your case and is your best resource for information from the department. Your best resource for information about your case and making specific legal decisions is going to be an attorney, but don't underestimate the importance of your case manager. So we turn that over, and then here's this other letter, and this is basically a form letter, and there are going to be various boxes checked, and it's going to tell you what documents are included in this packet. I'm not going to go over it. You can go over it. This document here is an income and expense declaration. I go over how to complete an income and expense declaration in a couple of other videos, so you can go seek those out. I'm not going to go over how to fill this out here, but I am going to say that when I talk about the title block of a document, this is the title block. Your case number goes here. That's your court case number. Your CSE case number, as in Child Support Elephant. I don't know what the E stands for. Anyway, it's here. So you're going to get this document and this opening packet before anything has been filed with the court. This is how the Department of Child Support Services collects information about both parties so that they can open up a case with the court and so that they can run a guideline child support calculation. So there's probably not going to be a case number here just yet. Fill out this information as accurately as possible and to the best of your knowledge. If there's something you're not sure of, just write that on the document and explain why you're not sure. And if you need additional space, then you can attach additional papers to this document and just, write in the document where you want the department to go look for that additional information. So the income and expense declaration is 4 pages long, and you need to attach your last 2 months worth of pay stubs. I like your last 12 months worth of pay stubs. And it's not just pay stubs, it's proof of all income. So sometimes I see somebody who is self-employed, but they also work as an employee for somebody in a different type of business, and they have rental income. And sometimes I see people with no income at all. You need to round up all sources of your income, proof of it, and attach it to this form, being sure to redact information that you wouldn't want in the public record, that you wouldn't want your neighbors to see, and that you don't want the other party to see because the department can't do it for you. Now, this form is the health insurance information form. It's really important that you fill this form out properly. This form asks for social security numbers, birth dates, policy numbers. So one of my departments attaches this form to their pleadings. Those are the papers that they file with the court. My other department doesn't attach it. I always insist that if this form is going to be attached, social security numbers be redacted. I get some pushback because the form, or one of the first letters, says that the department's going to is not going to modify any documents. But here's the deal. You go and you read the last page of this form, and it basically says that the department is required to gather social security information and that they're going to keep it on file in their office. This last page leads a reasonable person to believe that the department is going to keep those social security numbers private. So if you're not sure if the department is going to attach this form to a pleading, call your case manager, ask them. You do need to give them the social security number, but I don't want social security numbers in any court files, and I don't want them going to the other party unless there's a court order, because I don't want identity theft to happen as a result of something one of my departments did. So read through the form, fill it out. Here's the Service Members Relief Act. So if you're in the military, this is good information for you to have. Go ahead, read through it. You're probably already aware more or less of what this says. I'm not going to go through it. If you have any questions about it, again, you can ask your case manager, but you can also ask your commanding officer, and you can probably ask someone in legal services at your base. And I realize you guys may not call it legal services, but you get what I'm talking about. So not going to go over that. Okay, Notice of Child Support Program. This page here talks about what the child support program is. Read through it. It's really important that people understand that custody and visitation services are not provided by the Department of Child Support Services. Now, some courts will refer parties to Child Custody Recommending Counseling, which is sometimes called CCRC and used to be called mediation, and will set a court date in another department so that parties can get custody orders. But child support cases are not where custody orders are made. Now, some counties have been talking about being able to do custody orders as part of their program. I would love to see that happen, because there are a lot of situations where we could quickly get some custody orders in place, but that's not where we are right now. Cooperation with child support. Your cooperation with the Department of Child Support Services is very important. You'll see here that it's referred to as LCSA. That's Local Child Support Service Agency. That's your local Department of Child Support Services office. You need to let DCSS know, and this isn't an all-inclusive list, but you need to let them know when a child leaves your home, when a child enters your home, when more children are born or adopted into your family or come into your family through marriage. You need to let them know of changes in phone number, address, where you work. You need to let them know if you start a divorce or other legal proceedings involving the children. You need to let them know the information you know about the other parent that can help them find the other parent. Usually, though, by the time this packet goes to the non-custodial parent, they already know where to find the custodial parent, because usually the custodial parent is the one who came into the office to open up the case, or the department got a referral from the welfare department to open up a child support case. So if you're receiving public assistance and you don't cooperate with the Department of Child Support Services, it could affect the amount of public assistance you receive. So cooperate, please. Down here, it recites what your rights are. And, the biggest thing is you have a right to hire an attorney. It's going to be at your own expense, but you have a right to hire an attorney. You have a right to consult with an attorney in your child support case. And if you can't afford an attorney, you can go talk to the family law facilitator. So read through all of this. When the Department of Child Support Services collects support, it will go to the state disbursement unit, and from there it will get dispersed or sent out to the custodial parent. There are a lot of ways that non-custodial parents can pay their child support, and you can talk to your local child support office about those options for you. Department of Child Support Services cannot discriminate against parties. They can't treat parties different because of race or age or gender or marital status or anything like that. So there's that non-discrimination statement. This explains medical support. And there are some times that the department opens up a case just to get health insurance for kids. And a lot of times health insurance isn't affordable. And so I frequently talk to participants who are freaked out because the Department of Child Support Services sent a notice to their employer telling the employer that if health insurance was available at a reasonable cost, then the employer needed to enroll the kids. Well, reasonable cost is actually I'm stumbling over my words. A lot of medical insurance isn't available at a reasonable cost. So I'm not specifically going to discuss what a reasonable cost is in this video, but read that, understand that about medical support. This page talks about complaint resolution. I'm not going to go through that, but if you have complaints about your local child support agency, there is a process for complaint resolution. I highly recommend that everybody scan this packet as soon as they get it. And if you can't scan it, take pictures of it on your phone, email yourself the pictures, and put them in a folder in your email address so that if you lose this paper copy, you can at least refer to those pictures you took. And then after you fill out this packet and send it to the Department of Child Support Services, after you fill it out, before you send it to the Department of Child Support Services, make a copy, make a scan, or take good pictures and save them so that you have a record of what you sent the department. This next form is a child care verification. This is an important form as well, and the child care provider is supposed to fill this out, and it's going to give information about where the child or children receive their child care, how much it costs per week, per month, per day, whatever. So give this to your child care provider, and if you have multiple, make a copy, give this to all the child care providers and have them fill it out and return it to you so that you can return it to the department. This is the visitation verification. So this form is really important. Okay, all the forms are important because in the child support calculation, we put the income of the parties, certain expenses that we're allowed to put into the calculation, the cost of childcare, the cost of transportation for visitation, and the amount of visitation each parent has. That's what goes into the calculator to determine guideline calculation. So the visitation verification is basically page 1, a place for you to just put how many hours a month you saw your kid or kids. Well, sometimes it's not practical to fill out the form that way. Page 2 has another way for you to fill out the information. So this page, page 2, is where you can fill out the actual visitation schedule. And what's important here is this isn't what's been court ordered. This is what is actually happening. You need to put the visitation that's actually happening with the kids. Now, sometimes I'll see a situation where the non-custodial parent had 25% parenting time, and then they go up to 50% parenting time. And, you know, that 50% parenting time order might have happened last week. Well, if that's the case, and there's a brand new order, and you have no reason to believe that you're not actually going to be utilizing that order, then what was ordered is relevant. But if you've got an old order and you're not actually practicing the order, you need to put what's actually happening. If you want to explain that you have an order that says you're supposed to have different parenting time and you're not getting it, by all means, do that. but explain the actual order. If you just got a new child custody order, then attach a copy of that to this document. So, you got that order in the court, and it's probably the same courthouse that's going to hear your child support case, but that doesn't mean that the department knows about the order or has access to it, and it doesn't mean that the child support commissioner has the order. So attach a copy of any new child custody orders to this visitation verification. This is a declaration of support payment history. Read the directions. But basically what this is for when parties were paying support before they came and got help from the Department of Child Support Services, or if they made some direct payments to the other parent. So what you need to do is you need to fill out every payment that you made directly to the other parent. You need to fill it out on this form. You might need more copies of this form. Awesome. You can make copies of this page, as many copies as you need. And what's really helpful is if you attach copies of the checks, the canceled checks, any receipts that you have to this. So we can see your declaration signed under penalty of perjury, but then we can also see, and when I say we, I mean the department, we can also see proof that you made those payments. And if you were ordered to make some payments, say you're supposed to pay the mortgage on the house in lieu of child support, and you've been paying the house mortgage, and it was a court order that you do that, then attach proof that you've been paying the mortgage on the house and attach a copy of that court order so that the department can see all of that. It's not uncommon for one parent to say that they made a whole bunch of payments to the other parent, and for the parent who received the payments to not have very good records of receiving those payments and state something slightly different. And it's not necessarily because anybody's being dishonest. People make honest mistakes. Keep good records, attach copies of those records to this declaration of support payment history. And here's a return address slip. So these are mailing instructions. That is the opening packet that the non-custodial parent will likely get from the Department of Child Support Services. Now, if you know that the other parent went into the Department of Child Support Services and requested their services and you have not received a copy of this packet, call the Department of Child Support Services and arrange to get a copy of this packet. Bad things often happen when people do not get involved in their child support case immediately. And I'll do another video about the bad things that can happen when you are not active in your child support case and you don't advocate for yourself. There you go. Opening packet. Oh, sometimes the non-custodial parent actually goes into the Department of Child Support Services and asks them to open a case, and so the custodial parent may actually get this packet or something similar from the department. And when I had private family law clients, I would frequently tell them to take their child support order, go to the Department of Child Support Services, and open up a case so that the department could collect child support for them. I would tell them to make sure they kept copies of all payments made, all communications and documents with the Department of Child Support Services, because they may need those documents and the verification in the future. But having the Department of Child Support Services collect child support on your behalf can help ease the relationship with the other parent. And sometimes it can come back to bite you because the Department of Child Support Services isn't representing either parent. They are there to do certain things, but by and large, I see good relationships between the case participants, that's mom and dad, and the Department of Child Support Services to be a really good thing, and it is a very good idea to be actively involved in your child support case. Thank you for watching my video. Again, if you liked it, click the thumbs up. Let's see, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you get our notifications. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Again, I can't give legal advice, but I want everyone to be better educated about what's going on with the Department of Child Support Services, what to expect, how to interact, and how to walk through a child support case.